wala pa rin naman po tayong batas, no, para talagang ma-account, ma-put into accountability itong mga nagre-red tag, lalong-lalo na yung mga government officials, mga agencies, at iba pa. Ito, ma-example ako, Madam Chair, no, ngayon lang ito, August. So, yung provincial LCAC along with, ito sa Laguna po, Mr. Chair, Madam Chair, 2nd Infantry Division of the Philippine Army ito yung ano no, nagkaroon po ng ano no ng pati ang Department of Education, Commission on Human Rights, TESDA, to conduct seminars in school under the guise of the national security. No, kabilang po dito no yung Laguna Provincial Peace and Order Council. So kasama ang DepEd, CHED, tsaka TESDA. So ginagamit talaga no lahat ng mga agency nitong mga militar na ang supposed to be seminars ay hindi siya different from ones conducted in the different barangays. So dito po, Madam Chair, sinasabi, kunwari, peace and order, pero dinidescribe po dito ang lahat ng mga legitimate na mga people's organization as mga terrorists. Kabilang na nga dyan yung Gabriela, ang Kilusang Mayo 1, at iba pa, at nire-relate ito, no, nililink doon sa Communist Party of the Philippines. So with this, Madam Chair, nangyayari itong no, na mga ganitong mga seminars, na mga red tagging. So syempre ang mga tao na nakakadinig nito, kahit ang mga estudyante o mga kabataan nakarinig nito. So magkakaroon tuloy ng ano no, magiging problema doon sa pagtingin dito sa mga legitimate na mga organizations na ito. So nakarating ba ito, Madam Chair, sa ating Commission on Human Rights?
Go ahead, Chairperson.
Hindi pa ako familiar, but we are verifying kung ito karating na sa ating regional office. At meron po i-imbestigahan namin, and we will do appropriate measures and actions po.
Yes. So, hindi po, dampan po ito, no, na nangyayari, na nagtatago sa peace and order na mga mga seminars, pero ang ginagawa ay talagang vilifying, no, at linking, no, yung mga people's organization sa terrorism. Okay? So siguro ibigay na lang namin yung mga actual na mga incidents, no, may mga nangyari din kasi, and even Madam Chair, yung mga union members dito sa officers ng PhilFoods Fresh Baked Products, Fuji Electric Philippines, HKR Philippines, Gardenia, dito sa Laguna po ay nakakaranas din po ng red tagging kasi very dangerous ito, no? Ipaglaban mo lang yung iyong karapatan para sa sweldo, para sa karapatan ng pag-uunyon, or yung mga karapatan na dapat na nakukuha ng ating mga manggagawa, ay nire-red tag ka na, no? So, very dangerous itong mga nangyayaring ito. Na-experience nga namin, Madam Chair, kahit kami sa Alliance of Concerned Teachers, yung aming union, na sinasabi ay yung paghingi ng pagtaas ng sweldo ay parang nire-red tag na rin kasi sinasabing ayan yung mga organisasyon na yan na humihingi ng mga pagtaas ng sweldo, mga komunista yan. So talagang talagang ang concept talaga ng red tagging ay talagang nakakapahamak. Kaya Madam Chair, no, sana may magawang bukod sa binanggit ni Chair tungkol doon sa mga ginagawa nila konkreto, ay sana ay ano pa ba yung pwede? Alba, kasi ito mga government agency ito, mga militar ang nire-red tag, no?
Kindly wind up.
So kaya sana po ay maimbestigahan, Madam Chair.
Yes.
Maraming salamat po. Makikipag-ugnayan po yung aming advisory council nung National Inquiry on red tagging para alamin po at makuha yung detalye ng mga binanggit niyo pong mga insidente.
A while ago, red tagging was mentioned, Mr. Chair.
Yes, Your Honor.
In the phrase red tagging, who is red? What is red?
Red pertains to the communist, Your Honor.
Can you be more specific?
The CPP, NPA, NDF, Your Honor.
Okay. Why would a person or a group be tagged as sympathetic to the red? Why?
Well, I think that should be answered by the appropriate agency of the government, Your Honor.
Yes, but you committed to study further.
Yes, Your Honor.
And so probably today, you might have an inkling as to why a person could be tagged as red as well.
Actually, Your Honor, there
If
are
you're sympathetic with the Reds, you can always be tagged as one of them, correct?
it may be possible, Your Honor. There are instances where tagging is not only because you are sympathetic to the red. Well, based on the accounts of victims, Your Honor, the mere fact that they are serving the people, the poor people in a community, they are already tagged. The mere fact that they are advocating for a certain right, they're already tagged. So it depends on it's not up to the commission to answer the question, Your Honor. It's up to the government agencies involved in the
I'm
tagging,
raising
Your
this
Honor.
point, sir, because they can use a defense that we are only trying to help people. Like trying to protect their rights also, your human rights. This representation, for several days already, is fighting for the rights of ABS-CBN workers who have been denied of their rights to compensation, as already ruled by the Supreme Court by way of execution. Until today, they're struggling to get the rightful compensation already awarded by the Supreme Court. Ginawa ko po ito meeting with the NLRC officials themselves, including the Secretary of Labor. But I did that without making any resentment against the government. I did that because I want to help the people. I cannot be red tag, is it not, Mr. Chair?
Well, it's an experience, Your Honor.
You're not answering my question. I cannot be red tag by doing that.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, thank you. Yun nga po yung gusto kong sabihin. If that group of persons cannot even, let's say, denounce the doings of the NPA, they can be red tag, and that's understandable. Am I correct?
I think we have to make this
If I
the
am
term
asked-
red, Your Honor,
If I
clear.
am asked to denounce, for example, the works of the Reds, and I did not do it, I can be red tag at hindi ako pwedeng sisihin. Tama po?
Well, may mga experiences po ang mga tao na pagka there are instances where people were asked to denounce the CPP, NPA, NDF, and once they refuse, they are tagged. Hindi ho namin ma-deny yun because there are claims.
Pero
that
kung
may
halimbawa
ganyang
po ang
pangyayari.
gagawin nila, yung tulong lang talaga. Huwag mo na silang i-instigate. Sabihin na lang nating tulong lang talaga. Huwag na nating instigate against the government para walang masabi sa atin. Hindi ka mare-red tag, hindi ba, sir?
Wala ho dapat ma-red tag dahil sa pagtulong sa tao.
Yes, sir.
Tama po.
Kung ginagawa mo rin yung tungkulin mo na wala ka nang binabanggit tungkol sa gobyerno, basta tulong lang, simple lang. Tama ba?
Medyo broad ho kasi yung may binabanggit ka kontra sa gobyerno. Dahil ho when you
Pagka
redress
nag-express ka ng
grievances to the
sentiments
government,
kasi, yung grievances kasi,
Yes.
wag mo nang sinasabi na yung grievance against the government. Talaga pong ganun eh. Kailangan nating pagtulong-tulungan ito. Ang government is doing what it can to protect our people. Ganun na lang.
agree po ako doon. Kaya lang isa ho sa fundamental rights guaranteed by the Constitution is to redress government for grievances, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
And
But without-
by addressing the government,
But
your
without
grievances, Your
instilling
Honor,
in the people, no, yung sentimiento against the government. Yun ang problema lang. That's the point. That's the dividing line. Para lang hindi tayo ma-red tag so that we can keep ourselves from this side, alam natin yung isang side. There should be a dividing line.
may I be allowed, Your Honor? Kasi ang issue po sa red tagging is that hindi ho yung grievance eh. Hindi yung grievance because that's a fundamental right.
No, but if you are doing
The
that,
fact that-
you might not be an objective person to at least go into your commitment later on na makakraft tayo ng batas on red tagging because you are already opinionated. I'm only asking you that we should have a dividing line.
Yes, Your Honor, but we have to be clear. What is red?
We are very clear about
red,
it.
red
Excuse me,
is
excuse me.
communism, Your Honor. And the mere fact that you are espousing the ideology of communism does not mean you are violating any law. The problem lies in the fact that CPP and NPA NDF was designated as a terrorist under the anti-terror law. And
Madam
when
Chair,
you
last na lang, to cut it short. The NTF-LCAC must do also some preventive measures.
Yes, Your Honor, I agree. In fact,
Okay.
in
Excuse
our
me.
meeting with them, with the
Please allow me
NTF-LCAC,
to first address the chairperson. Kasi parang nagsagutan na kayo na.
Yes.
So,
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
The
yeah, it's
CHR
okay.
is
So-
apologizing already,
No, no, no.
Madam Chair.
Can you please state your last question?
Yes. I'm trying to stress a point that if we know to observe the dividing line, Madam Chair, you cannot be red tagged. That is the point.
Yes, go ahead, Chairman.
I agree, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you very much, Madam Chair.
Natapos din. Thank you. Okay, so next, hopefully the last interpellator is Vice Chair Loreto Acharon.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good morning to the chairman and other members of the
Sorry,
family of...
excuse me, hindi pala
Yes.
last. May isa pa tayo.
Yeah,
Yung katabi mo, sige, go ahead.
Okay. Madam Chair, I'm actually supposed to make some questions relative to the staffing of the commission, but I believe most of my questions were asked by another congressman, the Honorable Presnedi. Anyhow, may I just ask just a couple of questions to follow up the questions of Congressman Presnedi about the authorized positions in a figure which I got at 884. Is this correct data?
Yes, Your Honor.
884. And how many positions are expected to be filled in 2025 per your data?
Recruitment plan. We are expected to recruit 191, Your Honor, for next year.
191. So, would you agree with me, Chairman, that the authorized position, Madam Chair, is the same number of authorized positions in the previous years, like in 2022, 2023, and 2024? Ito po ba yung the same figure na 884?
What's the period, Your Honor?
2022, 2023, and 2024. I'm referring to the authorized positions.
Yes, Your Honor.
The same. Okay. And would you agree with me also that the permanent positions for 2025 is the same figure in the years that I've mentioned? 2022, 2023, 2024, more or less. Lagi pong...
Of the authorized position?
Yes, please.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so there is a seeming
Nung ko po, given na, nung martial law, di ba marami ding mga naging biktima, martial law ni former President and Dictator, Ferdinand Marcos Sr. Tapos nung nakuha po yung mga, portion ng nakanayaman ay yan po ang source ng compensation para dun sa mga victims. Ito po, I just would like to get the opinion so far. Ano po yung pagtingin ng CHR? Kung halimbawa, dun din sa mga involved sa illegal drug trade na mga matataas din na opisyal at mga personalities. Halimbawa po, in the event na may makuha ng mga earnings nila mula sa kanilang involvement doon sa ganong hindi magandang mga aktibidad, ano po yung pagtingin ng CHR if meron din pong pera mula doon na gamitin as source ng compensation doon sa mga tens of thousands na mga pamilya na biktima ng war on drugs?
Pag wala pa hong stand ang komisyon tungkol dyan, maaari po namin pag-aralan at siguro pwede ho kami mag-submit ng recommendations kung sakali man sa Kongreso.
Sige, so on our part, sa office din po namin sa Kabataan, Madam Chair, we can formalize this idea at ipepresent po din po natin sa CHR para makunan po ng posisyon. Salamat po doon. Next, Madam Chair, sa ilan pang mga programs ng CHR like Human Rights Protection Program, magkano po ba ang original proposal and magkano po ang nasa itong current na budget na tinatalakay po natin?
Ang allotment po namin for protection services is 336,883,000.
Ito po yung nasa National Expenditure Program.
Opo.
How much naman po yung original na pinropose ng CHR?
Ay, yung nabanggit ko po is 2024
Okay.
budget. Ang aming proposal po for protection is ay 20. I-check ko lang po yung ano. Eto. For protection. Pwede yung isa.
Kailangan nga rin naman talaga na taasan pa to meet your original proposal para po makonvince din po natin yung mga kapwa natin mambabatas sa Committee on Appropriations na kapag usapin po ng karapatan ng mga kababayan natin, dapat ay hindi natin siya tinitipid, binibigay talaga natin yung nararapat na pondo.
Ito. For protection, sa 2024 GAA po ay 308,980,000. Ang binigay ho sa amin under the NEP ay 306,690,000. Pero ang original request po namin ay $1,418,000.
Okay, that's duly noted, Madam Chair. Yung other two
Proposal po namin for Human Rights Promotion Program ay 137,896,000. At for under 2024 GAA po, ang binigay sa amin ay 83,101,000. And under the 2025 NEP, 84,290,000. For Policy Advisory Program, ang original request po ay 79,464,000. Ang under GAA 2024 ay 79,023,000. And under the 2025 NEP, 80,896,000.
Okay, thank you, Madam Chair. And to wrap up this interpellation, given the urgent need para i-bolster pa ang human rights protection sa bansa natin, and given na, well, kahit sa ngayon pa rin naman, no, under the current administration, ay meron pa rin mga state forces, state agents na nagva-violate pa rin dun sa karapatan, lalo ng mga kababayan natin. All the more na dapat ay matiyak natin na ang CHR ay napopondohan po ng tama. Yun lang po, Madam Chair, and thank you sa CHR family.
Thank you very much. And just a reminder to submit all those documents requested by